Buddy!
We're even.
What?
They waved away goaltender interference for you. We're even. Don't want to hear about it again.
I think we both know that wasn't the same level of controversial.
Oh, come on. Does the level even matter?
No, I guess not.
So we're even.
Look, with all due respect, our captain has missed the last 2 games from a blatant cheap shot. Neither of us want what would need to happen to make this even.
Fine. Then hit me.
Oh, God, not worth it. First of all, you asked me to do that. Second of all, that was definitely a cheap shot, but does not make us even. See you in Game 6.
Okay, I'm just gonna lie here for a minute.
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team that is a dub. Man, am I glad I got to say that again. Getting a little nervous there, you know? The Bruins make it a series, sort of. They win Game 5. The series is now 3-2. It's going back to Boston. And here's the thing. There's a little bit of life, right? A little bit of pressure on the Panthers, and Maurice can say it again. He said it after Game 1. I liked what we did. The analytics show it. The play on the ice shows it. The Panthers were a good team, once again. They were really, really good. The Bruins were able to squeak this one out, put a little pressure on them. We'll have to see what happens. Look, the Panthers are still going to be tremendously, tremendously confident, as are their fans. And they should be, right? Like, they've got the 3-2 lead. They've got 2 more chances at this. Totally get it. Totally get it. The Bruins went bad on their home ice going into Game 6. Totally get it. But that little doubt just ekes in a little bit. A little bit. It's a huge win. It's a great win. And we get to at least watch a little more Bruins hockey. As much as I know there's so many of you who are like, I don't know how much I love this version of Bruins hockey. I kind of get it. But there's a lot of players you love watching, and we get to watch them a little while longer. And who knows how much longer. You know? A little bit of confidence in there. Why not? And Marchand, who is out again for this game. The fact that they were able to win one without him. I mean, I just really needed that, you know? I was hoping it was going to be last game, obviously. It didn't work out that way. But it was just nice to see. Because if they had just, Marchand got knocked out and then the whole series was over, would have been tough. He might be back on Friday. We have that extra day rest, so we'll see. The only other thing I really wanted to point out before we start breaking more stuff down is, you see this empty spot? Ooh, I'm bad at this. Right there. The empty spot on the wall there. Well, that's this jersey. That's where this goes. This sweater, if you will. And, it fell off the wall today. Yeah. I was in my kitchen cooking some chicken, and poof, I heard a noise, walked in, it's lying on the ground. It's a Brad Marchand. So I was like, all right, well, he's telling me I gotta wear this jersey tonight. This sweater, if you will. Worked. I hope one falls off on Friday. I can figure out which one I'm supposed to wear. Because I was going to wear my Jake DeBrusk, because that's my Game 5 jersey. Or sweater, if you will. Nope. We're going to have to go with this one. The wall tells me. I have stayed so truthful to the wall, too. I haven't touched it. You notice it's been the same the entire playoffs. Is it because I'm too much of a coward to change it? Yeah. Yeah, that's why. I'm kind of freaking out. Just a little. I'm normal. So the Bruins lines. Heinen, Coyle, Frederick, DeBrusk, Geeky, Pasternak, JVR, Zaka, Brazeau, Lauko, Beecher, Maroon, Lorai, Mack, Lindy, Carlo, Wotherspoon, Peak, Swayman. They're trusting Swayman. I agree with it. Swayman's been brilliant. I don't care what the goal totals say because he's been awesome. And very few goals have been his fault. He had one last game that you go, don't love it, don't think he ever saw it. He had one this game where you go, there was a save earlier. Had you actually caught it, this wouldn't have happened. Either way, we'll talk about it, but I like that choice. You'll notice from those lines that Pavel Zacha has been moved to the third line. Now, he would shuffle a little bit in this game, but that feels like the right decision. It really does. And he looked better. Did he look good? No. Unfortunately not. But it looked better, and we will take that. Oh, by the way, also, Short Shift Podcast, shouting that out. Guys, check it out if you don't. If you're looking for more hockey podcasts, that's me and a couple of guys named Andrew and Daddy Thomas, and we talk about Bruins hockey and hockey around the league and whatnot. And on that podcast, I said I might be a geeky hater at this point. Now, of course, I don't hate any Bruin, obviously. But I'm so sick of watching Geeky in the top 6. I don't think he belongs there, and I think he actively makes those lines worse. And then he's going to embarrass me in this game because that's what I deserved, and I kind of loved it. I like a little bit of abuse. I'm normal. Let's talk about this game. Puck drops! Let's talk about this game. Puck drops! 4:49 in, and the Bruins are actually kind of buzzing. Like, controlling the puck for an extended amount of time. Something we really just generally haven't seen the whole series. Except for game 1. That's really damning, isn't it? It's fine. It's fine. Geeky whips this thing around the boards, and McAvoy barely keeps it in on the other end. That was a fast-moving puck. Barely keeps it in, and he's going to shovel this back behind the net where he sees DeBrusk, who is inside positioning on the defenseman. He's going to swoop around the net, and the defenseman follows. I think it was Ekman Larson. I think it might have been. Either way, he's going to follow around the net, opening up the net front, where Geeky is going to sprint right to it. Easy pass from DeBrusk. Geeky, nifty little move to his backhand, buries it past Bob. We have a 1-0 lead, less than 5 minutes into the game. Nobody who supports the Boston Bruins went, yeah, that's enough. There's no one just went, okay, we're good. Everyone's just pumped, but you've also watched this team with a 1-goal lead, and you know how many chances the Florida Panthers are going to get through the game. And you go, great, you'd rather be the team to score first. Totally get it. We have to build on this, or we will die. And because the Boston Bruins cannot do anything easily, 2 minutes later, Coyle's going to go for hooking. A lot of people refer to this as a phantom hooking call. I kind of see from the angle the ref was standing at, like that stick was up there. That I don't know. I'm not mad at that call. We have to go to the penalty kill, and we do kill it. In the 9:37 left, it's a save by Bob that gets him way out of the crease. This was the moment, the first moment that teetered me to like, okay, is this on purpose? Is this on purpose? Bob comes way out after making the save. It's a shoulder save, and it bounces to Lindholm. There's an empty net. Lindholm shoots, Tarasenko blocks it, and it's bouncing over towards another Bruin who's not going to collect it and throw it into the net. It's going to be a battle for that puck. Bob's going to have time to get back into the net. All of that stuff, right? All of that. That being said, they blew the whistle. They blew the play dead. I have no idea why. They went to go check on Bob. I have no clue what happened. He didn't shake his head. He didn't, there was no visible pain. It didn't look like he had covered the puck. Nothing. They just blew it dead with the Bruins in possession in the offensive zone in one of their best shifts of the series. I have no idea what happened there. Incompetent refereeing. Absolutely. But, boy, that was a moment where I was like, is it on purpose? Is everything I've been saying over the past couple of days actually not true and it's genuinely on purpose? Obviously, it's not. It's not on purpose, he says, believing that to his core. 3:46 left, 4v4. Lindell dives in a board battle with Geeky. Geeky gets called for the cross-check that initiated the dive. Somebody in the comments in the last video tried to say that Lindell was not a diver, and he wrote like a huge long thing, a lot of hockey talk, great stuff. I love the conversation and everything. But the last line, he's like, you're wrong about Lindell being a diver. So this was hilarious to me. Because Lindell, you might like the player, that's totally fine, is a diver. And for what it's worth, after I said that stuff about how the Panthers fans, I didn't love a lot of the stuff we were seeing from them in the comments and whatnot. And some of them came in and were like, what about Bruins fans? Like, those Bruins fans are bad fans too, that just come in and say awful stuff. Like, bad fans are bad fans. Tons of Panthers fans in the comments in the last video talking hockey, disagreeing with me, fine. Plenty of them disagreeing with me as well. That's not a problem at all. But talking hockey, really getting into it. A lot of great stuff there. So thank you for jumping in and being like, hold on. There's some great Panthers fans out here. Appreciate that. They really had some good convos there. Either way, Lindell dives. Because he's a diver. He is. It is what it is. Geeky gets called for the cross-check. I agree. Everyone says it. If there's a dive, then there shouldn't be a penalty on the other side, blah, blah, blah. We know how the rule works, though. They never call it that way. I'm not going to sit here and complain. Because Geeky gets him with a stick. It's very, very gentle, but whatever. It's 4v4, and nothing's going to come from that. And the shots after one are 12-4 in favor of the Boston Bruins. What team is this, right? Incredible. Now, look, the Panthers would own the next 40 minutes. Truly they would. But this, I think, is one of those games that kind of exemplifies why people are so frustrated after Game 4. Is because the game-tying goal came on something that was controversial. And a lot of people will try to make this argument about, like, the amount of shots. And you sit there and go, when does that ever have anything to do with anything? Now, of course, they didn't outshoot us by a bajillion in this game. But goaltending exists for a reason. And squeaking out a one-goal game is pretty possible. Or, sorry, a one-goal lead in a game is pretty possible. So, when midway through the third, they tie it up on a controversial play, you can see why that fan base would be so frustrated. Because that's not a guarantee the Panthers are going to win that game. A lot of people were saying it didn't affect the outcome. Like, it directly affected the outcome. It was a one-goal win for the Panthers. That's where that frustration comes from, and I think this game's a pretty good example of, like, this is what the Bruins are trying to do. They're trying to win these close games. If you get a controversial call that goes against them, it's pretty detrimental. It genuinely is. Either way, we're going to the second period. In 2:38 in, for Hagee, double pump with the puck in hand. We're going to the power play. It was... He knew he did it. He argued, but he grabs it and goes one way, then the other, and then throws it. You can't do that. We're going to the power play. It's awful. And bad power plays have this fun thing that we've talked about all year. Not all year. Between the months of February and April, basically. We talked about the Bruins power play and how it gives momentum back to the other team every time because it's so bad. It's a bad power play. It was great against Toronto. Turns out Toronto's penalty kill is the worst in the world. And I mean compared to literally every penalty kill on the planet. That includes Pee-wee. That includes... Pee-wee's pretty much the best insult there. So yeah, we don't do anything with it, and it's awful, and it gives all the momentum back to the Panthers, and they start coming at us. And then 6:23 in, it's a face-off win by the Panthers, shot at the net, save made, but in and out of the glove. You catch this doesn't happen. Panthers retrieve it, and they swing it around the net. And McAvoy has to come up to kind of guard the left side. Unfortunately, he drifts way too far, leaving two Panthers players down by Lindholm. Lindholm gets into a battle with Reinhart. Puck gets shoveled back to the net. Barkov is there, but McAvoy's just train? He's being a train? You get it. He's chewing his way through the ice to get to Barkov and ends up battling him physically, not allowing him to pick it up easily. But Barkov's going to shovel this back. I actually don't know if he gets a piece of this, but it comes back towards Reinhart and Lindholm's battle. And Lindholm, no clue the puck is there, and losing this physical battle big time. And Reinhardt's able to just smack this past the sprawling Swayman. It's posting in. It's a great play by Reinhart, and it is 1-1. Everyone gets a little nervous. Every Bruins fan gets a little nervous because they don't know if they'll score another goal. I don't think I'm just dunking on the team. I think genuinely we're worried about our offense in this series. Florida controls most of the puck time. And Bobrovsky, although I don't think... They came out with an article about how Bob's on another level. I don't agree with that at all. But he has been making some very bizarre, unorthodox saves. So there's been moments where the puck's hard to get past him. It's just been moments where it's not either. And you just don't know what you're going to get. 7:16 in. Freddie, breakaway. After a nice feed from Coyle, he tries 5-hole. The puck bobbles on him, so he wastes about a second. That allows Bob some more time to close this up. Nothing happens, but that's a Freddie breakaway. And then 9:35 left. It's a nice transition. Coyle hits Frederick in stride of the neutral zone. He is going to take the blue line and drop it for Coyle, who actually caught up. And then Coyle is going to tap it back again to McAvoy, who's in the high slot. And he is going to absolutely blast this high glove. Not quite a Sniperunian cheese, but high glove. And it's 2-1. And Florida challenges. Because Danton Heinen skated into the blue paint by his own volition. You know, he got there by himself. His skate makes contact with Bob's skate in the blue paint. And then it looks like Bob's stick gets ripped from his hands by Heinen right before the puck gets by. So they challenge for goaltender interference. Here's the thing. Had this been called back, I would have gone, okay. Because contact in the blue paint. That's the biggest thing. There was contact in the blue paint by the offensive player. That can wave off the large majority of goals. The difference is it happens so far before the shot is taken that Bob does kind of square up to the shot, and his stick gets ripped out of his hands by Oliver Ekman-Larsson, not by Heinen. So they rule it a good goal, and Florida has to go on the penalty kill, which our power play was awful, and the best scoring chance on it was a Reinhart breakaway. And it ends with Lohrei hooking Luosterainen, so we're going to go to the penalty kill. But before we even get there, I could see this goal being called back. Their reasoning for it standing also made a lot of sense, though. I do not think this is anywhere close to as controversial as the Game 4 one. That being said, I could have seen it going either way, just because that's contact in the blue paint, and that typically goes one way. Anyway, we have to kill off the Lohrei penalty, which we do. And DeBrusk during it, completely gassed, does get a steal and a breakaway, save made by Bobrovsky. So now we have a Freddie breakaway, a DeBrusk breakaway, and then after the DeBrusk breakaway, Freddie actually gets the rebound, and if he just elevates this puck, it's a sure thing, but he doesn't. And Bob gets it with the pad on the second attempt, and it's going to stay 2-1, going into the third with a 1-goal lead. What is the first thing you think the Boston Bruins should do when you have a 1-goal lead early in the third period? Yeah, take a penalty. I had the same thought. You guys get me. 1:23 in, McAvoy for roughing. We're going to go to the penalty kill. About a minute through, Zacha actually strips a Panther on the blue line, strips him naked, and also takes the puck. Breakaway. Bob saves it, low glove. We kill the penalty. And then 7-11 in. Ekblad for slashing. Power play. Geeky alone. 8 feet in front of Bob. Can't elevate the puck. Bob makes the pad save. So we've seen Frederick breakaway, DeBrusk breakaway, Freddie second chance with the breakaway, a Zacha breakaway, and Geeky all alone 8 feet in front of Bob. Stoned. 5 huge scoring opportunities. Had we lost this game, I would have had zero complaints about anything other than our players. That's all I would have cared about. That's all I would have cared about. 8:32 left. Too many men on the Boston Bruins. They're sixth. They're sixth of the playoffs. The Boston Bruins currently make up for, what's this math? What's 6 out of 15? What, like 40%? I don't know. That's quick math. 40%, though, I'm going to call it, of the too many men penalties in the playoffs. This one team. Oh, boy. We kill it. Thank God we kill it. We're also going to see a Brazeau breakaway after this. High and wide. We're going to see a Pasta alone in front of Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky, after a turnover, beats him 5-hole. It goes wide. And with 3 minutes left, Bob is going to get pulled. No goals are scored. Swayman makes a huge save at the end of the game. We just have to sweat out 3 minutes of 6-on-5. Brutal. But we got the dub! And we got some sexy little game notes here. The first one being, what is JVR doing? When's the last time you heard his name and been like, oh yeah, good, nice? I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does. It's fine. It's fine. We won. It's fine. I'm not sure if anyone replacing him with anyone is actually like an improvement. It's just funny that this guy just simply exists during these games. Beecher, on the other hand, had a couple horrific moments that should have ended up in the back of our net. Multiple of them. He also led a line that, got the puck deep. Many shifts got the puck deep. So, mixed bag there. I don't know what to say. I don't know if you keep Beecher in or take him out. I don't know. Is he the driving force of that fourth line? I don't think so. Boy, he had some mistakes, though, that were just unforgivable. They end up in goals. Swayman really saved his butt a couple of times. Zacha looked way better in a limited role. Still didn't look great. I mentioned that earlier, but it's nice to see they dropped him to the third line, and just he looked more comfortable in general. So I'm fine with him down there. I again don't love Geeky in the top 6, But I do like Frederick up there right now. I kind of like the way the team's playing for the most part. You're going to get outchanced. You're going to have large stretches of the game where they're going to be better, but Swayman looked great. The boys kept plugging away. We need more than 2 goals a game, obviously. Like, that's got it. We need 4 or 5 in game 5 or 6. Game 6. We're going to game 6. But the win is the win. And we'll take it, and we'll worry about game 6 on Friday. Oh, I don't even know, like, my energy's in a weird place right now. This probably wasn't the most energetic video because I just feel weird. This whole game just took it out of me. Go Bees. Go Bees! And of course, we have to say a big old thank you to the high quality inspectors who happen to all be 10 out of 10s. Not sure if you guys knew that. We've got our top line tier inspectors, GD Viperworks, Tiffany Hagel, Chris and Erica, Len Cruz, Moonlighter TV, The Bugman, Brock Nope, Han Slomo, Coach D, The Atomic Lizard, Bradley Johnson, Aaron Adams, Just Aaron, Darren Woodbury, Brett Arney, Pincent, and Nick Zatrullo. Absolute studs. 10 out of 10. I'm not kidding. Every single one of them. And, of course, there's the highest of high quality inspectors. The all-star tier. 12 out of 10s. Can you believe it? So hot. We've got the Mad Marcus, Adrian Winter, Tyler McCourt, Tupton D. Tashi, John Kirk, Jacob Pratt, Heil E. Coyote, Adam Ella, Bruins Smash, Joel, Abraxion, D.A. Kingery, The Only Newts, A Tasty Snack, Doots42, and Jeremy. You guys are stallions. You're all legends, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you and your help with keeping this channel going. Thank you, and go Bees.